So, Leo, refreshment whilst it's like funny, you know, on this side you've got 2 9s, and on this side in the first week you've got 2 7s. You've got the seven of swords on your karmic path, and you've got the 7 of wands on, which is the influence which is coming in from the universe. So from these messages, it's going from 8 of wands to the 7 of wands. It appears to be a case of, you know what you've got to do. Now you just have to sit within yourself and be secure within how you present yourself or how you interact with the world around you in order to go ahead and do it. Yeah, there will be people that want to bring you down. That's what the 7 of wands is a little bit about after a victory. And that victory, I think, is understanding the message or understanding how you imply your passions into life. And this could be cheating, lying and scheming, but I don't think it's that, because this is on your karmic path. And I don't think you're a cheater or liar or schemer, Leo. Obviously, you reflect about things and you go through life in a very studious way, even emotionally. But you've got the Ace of Wands under it, so you're seizing the moment. And what this is saying here, for you in the first week, you've got to play it smart. You've got to play it, you know. You got to play it smart. You got to play it good. Don't put all your eggs in one basket in a way. And I think this comes into that 2 of wands of the planning. Let's look on the emotional sort of side and let's see what goes out there. So you got the 2 of wands is planning your journey, and you've got the high priestess that is in the second week. So as you come in out of that initial shock of the eclipse, where things start moving around you in the greater world, and the root sort of gets blown out in a way, you're going to have the high priestess comes in. So you're going to be planning for a new journey, and she's got that clarity of intuition. And I would trust your intuition here of how you plan to go forward, how you plan to take this to the next level. Trust those inner initiations within you. And then you have the Page of Pentacles with the 5 of Wands. 5 of Wands can be conflict. I don't think it is. There may be a little bit of this from the conflict that comes out of the 7 of Wands in the first week. It may come to the surface by the 3rd week, where you're going to have to stand up and be counted. That may well be the case from people, you know, like as Bob Marley would say, backbiters, that try and, you know, sort of take you down just because you're doing well. But it's also a card of healthy competition. It's also a card of going on a journey, of starting from somewhere and leaving somewhere and going on a journey and looking at the goal, at that passion, as they all try and get to that most passionate bit in life. And you can do that because you have that fire within you, Leo, and you have that sort of competitive factor, but it is got to be a just competitive factor. It's not just a case of beating someone, it's beating someone fairly, squarely and honorably. So it's looking at that long-term plan, and I would sort of this could be the 7 of Swords as well, playing smart, so you just avoid those sort of situations of conflicts and stuff like that. So it comes into healthy competition in regards of sort of like your emotions and life and stuff like that. And it might be the case of where it might be competition within yourself. It might be conflict within yourself more than conflict outside of yourself. And if you concentrate on that long-term plan that's been initiated by the solar eclipse, you're going to do well. It seems like you're going to do very well. Okay, let's look on the material side of things, on your business and stuff like that. With the 9 of Pentacles, you've got the Lovers card, and the 9 of Swords, you got the Chariot. Although you're a fire sign, I wouldn't say you're the quickest of fire signs. You're very noble. So nobleness means sort of taking your time, You think about it before you act and everything like that. You're also a fixed sign, so you like to see both, all sides of it. You like it to be working well. You like it to be, squared off, as it were. But because of the initial week of the solar eclipse, it may, and you're not the only one to get the Chariot in that exact position. And I think it's going to come in very, very quickly, and it's going to cause you a little bit of an angst in the first week. In the second week, you should be playing through your emotions. Look at that. You've got the Knight of Wands and the King of Wands. This is really good for you. So basically, the universe is saying you have this covered. You've got everything in your arsenal, or you've got everything within your capacities to deal with this. You have the resources. And resources doesn't necessarily mean money. That can mean connections with people. That could mean exams or qualifications and stuff like that. And it's asking you to sort of like finally fall in love with what you've created and allow that sort of passion of loving what you're doing and loving that interaction with the outside world as it comes in really quickly, and applying those passions into you. Because in the second week, it is on fire. You are on fire on the second week, apparently, with the Knight of Wands. And then in the second week of May, that's from the Knight of Wands, is from the eclipse. And then in the second week of May, you've got the King of Wands. Now that's going to, that initial shock, or that initial sort of thing that's coming through on the eclipse, all of a sudden you're going to be feeling like you're a leader. You're sitting in a position of power. And you will be able to seize the day by the sounds of it. And then you've got the Three of Wands, which goes with the Seven of Cups. So at some point, with that feeling of I can lead us out of here in the second week, in the third week, you're going to have to head off and start on that journey of actually being that leader. But you've got to realize what the most evident path is to go down. And that should be initiated by, I think, the Lover's card and the Nine of Pentacles. So it will become obvious to you how you should position yourself in the new paradigm with the new finances and etc., and how you position yourself with your passions. How does this all tie in together? Two of Cups. You're marrying both sides by the looks of things. It could well be a little bit difficult, and you could have moments of complications, but as I said, you can plan it very well. You got the Two of Wands, you got the Three of Wands. There's a lot of wands going on here. Seven of Wands, Eight of Wands, Five of Wands. There's a lot of wands, a lot of fiery energy for you going on. And in your center is that Devil. So I didn't talk about this actually on the eclipse. So, just as well you followed us here onto the monthly, the Devil inside you, which I didn't talk about, is that idea of being posed, being at one with yourself, so you can see all the options, so you can see what is good for you and what is not good for you. That is what you're going to be positioning yourself apart according to the eclipse. With this thing that comes through, you'll be able to with this eclipse that comes through, you'll be able to say, okay, what do I actually want? What is good for me and what is bad for me? You don't need to take everything that comes out of the universe. Yeah. Okay. So fair exchange. And this has also come up for quite a lot of people as well. And that's your noble side. That's your side of sort of saying, when I was talking about that conflict and competition, you'd like to win, but you'd like to win fairly and squarely. And that's what maybe the resetting, I don't want to use that word, but yeah. So it could be the financial situation, which has a bit of a sort of like screwball, has a bit of a mess up. And, within you, you're sort of saying Ace of Wands, Ace of Pentacles. You're sort of saying, with this going forward, I can see what is good and what is bad within the world. what is temptations that are leading us astray, and how I can, how this in the future, I'd like to apply a fair exchange with the rest of the world around you. Let's just pull these next 6 cards. So they've got the eclipse on the 30th of April, and then you got the second one. So the first one is the partial eclipse, and then we got the full eclipse on the 25th of October. Let's just see what's going on. You got Lover's card. Now, everybody's had Lover's card as well. So, yeah, you're going to fall in love with life by the looks of it. You might well have a partner as well. You might meet a partner, but it doesn't seem to be on that love sort of side. So, this is not a love reading per se, but that's the first month of initiating that sort of falling in love with life and kind of going, yeah, this is exciting now. This is enjoyable. This is a new game going on, a new paradigm. And with that, everything is possible. A little bit of a dreamer's card, but it's good to dream. And then the second month, the dust will start settling, and you'll start saying what is definitely possible with you. And then you got the King of Wands again, which comes up in the second week here. So that's going to be playing through, and it's really going to come onto the surface in 3 months' time. And then after that, you may well be disappointed with the world around you, because not everyone may make it through to the other side, with all their marbles intact. And that's because they're not consciously engaged with their life. If you're consciously engaged with your life, I think it's more of a case of a disappointment with the outside world rather than being you are disappointed with yourself. Okay, just be careful. Just don't take on too much. And that's what could be that sort of disappointment where you've actually taken on too much. And I think that's the case as you come into the finality in October, you might realize in Libra season, which you've started in your winter, your Libra season is you will be able to shed that weight. You will be able to sell those goods that you've been carrying on your shoulders, that karmic sort of thing. And you will be able to, and with the finality of it all, you will see the world in a completely different way. It's a real transition from the initial solar eclipse right through to the other solar eclipse this year on the 25th of October. Amazing reading as per usual, Leo. Absolutely brilliant. I'm so happy you're here. I'm happy that you've subscribed. Welcome to the Astroflower family. If you haven't subscribed, please do. We're just discovering things and we all do it together. We do it on Instagram as well, so you can come and join us there. But there you go, Leo. It'd be very interesting to see how this plays out in your weekly, which is coming out this weekend. And then seeing on each week how this plays out in the cards over the next sort of 6 months. So there you go, Leo. Don't forget, in the meantime, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.